We're not done yet.
Everybody stay alert. Never give up. Trust your instincts. Everybody stay alert. Never give up.
What's up, universe? I'd like to welcome y'all to the very first episode of the Comgamie podcast. I'm your boy Twist One.
Lord Bane.
Yo, I'm Bro Nietzsche. I'm in the building, man. Staying safe. Comgamie in full effect.
And who's that in the dark? It's the Dracula.
Bless the party sparker. What's good?
It's good. Man, first of all, before we get into this, I gotta ask one question that's not related to anything we be talking about. What the hell y'all think about this election?
Oh, don't get me started.
I'm just joking. I don't want to talk about that. I don't even want to talk about it. It's
I voted in Bitcoin. We waiting for y'all out there.
Hey man, I put my vote in early, so I don't know why they ain't counted mine. Mine was in a while ago, way before election day. So
It's fraud, son.
I'm trying to tell you, man. It's you go to sleep, you wake up, and 500,000 votes is gone because the smart people stayed at home and voted from the mail, then go out there in that mess. But that's another story. And back to what we here for real though. So I kind of asked y'all a couple questions before, the kind of things you want to discuss. We got a person that's not with us right now, Shanti. Hope you feel better, bro. I'm gonna bring his topic up first. This is what he wanted to find out what everybody had thoughts on. He wanted to know, why has anime been looked at as kind of taboo in the United States ever since speed racing?
Because they got demons with 8 dick fingers and like that.
Yes, and that's kind of my thought. But anime is kind of gone. It's kind of
a bit taboo. That's a bit taboo, man.
Yeah, but it's kind of made a transformation, and I think a lot of people that kind of look at it sideways, they mix hentai with anime, and that's a whole nother topic, and we can talk about some other time. But I think that's one of the main problems. But I don't really think it's looked at as taboo anymore because anime's everywhere. It's everywhere.
Yeah. I wouldn't call it taboo nowadays, seeing as it's more mainstream. I mean, being a nerd like in comics and video games and anime now is more like reassuring to people than like 5-10 years ago. All the jocks would be like beating your ass and throwing you in a trash can because you liked all that shit. Nowadays, people, that's how we connect nowadays. You talk about a video game, someone's going to come in and be like, hey, what's going on? Or you talk about an anime and they're like, hey, did you watch this episode? Did you read this part of the manga yet? Like, how far are you? I feel like it's less taboo nowadays than it was a couple of years ago.
I mean, and especially as far as the series go, if I find one I like, I can watch it over and over again. Like, man, people don't believe my kids laugh at me all the time. And especially, they over, why you watch Bleach all the time? I say, because that's something I know I can go to sleep to. I've seen every single episode at least. I've watched all seasons about 7-8 times all the way through. So I know if I feel like relaxing, I know it. So it's not something I'm going to pay attention to. My mind's always racing anyway. So it's another form of escape. And I dig it. So it's not really taboo anymore. It's made a big leap, especially from when I was younger.
I think it was taboo because when we were young, certain things wasn't allowed, I guess, on the screen unless it was considered mature audience. But nowadays, since things are so open to whatever, I mean, exactly whatever, I mean, I gotta agree, it's not taboo anymore. It's just, you know, life now. It's just life in animation.
but that, yeah, I agree. But that's back to what Blood said. You know, just since the inception, you know, you had characters with 10 dick fingers. So, so you know what I'm saying? So it's like it's always been like that. So, but now, just like you said, everything, man, nothing's taboo anymore. So it's not really considered that. So, I mean, those are my thoughts. Let's see what's else on the agenda. I know which one I'm gonna ask. I'm gonna say that for last. And I was me and Bang we was in our Call of Duty group earlier with UP and your boy Dapper, Novi, and Lil Shadow, and they always got this thing going on because we have a couple PC gamers in our group. Like me and Bang, we play pretty much everything. You got some people that play Xbox in our crew, and you got some people that play PlayStation. So it's always this constant battle between PlayStation and Xbox. One day, I'm gonna set it up so everybody in the group could be part of this meeting because that will be a hilarious episode. They have me crying every time the chats get started because we was in a crazy one today. But I'm gonna say that question for last. What do you guys think about multiculturalism in the gaming and anime and comic book worlds?
I think it's come a long way. That leading heroes, villains, anti-heroes, and everything of diverse cultures. So I think it's come a real long way, and I really applaud and commend, you know, animation, gaming, comic books, etc., fanboy, fangirl world for showing out and showing up for it.
Yeah, I mean, it's starting to reach a more broader audience than it used to in the past. And you can't do that without including everybody. So everybody kind of, you know, can feel a part. I mean, you got nerds, jocks, rappers, athletes, everybody's into it, you know. I mean, listen to Meg Thee Stallion. You know, she's spitting anime lyrics in her verses. Talking about she looking for a Sosuke. You know what I'm saying? So that just shows you, you know, she's as good as they come. So that just goes to show you that it's touching a broader audience, kind of just like hip hop. And that's why, you know, the music culture and anime it has always meshed. Because, you know, back in the day, hip hop was the thing that they put on the back burner. It's not gonna last, you know, it's the forbidden fruit, you know, stay away from that. Anime was kind of the same thing. So they kind of follow the footprint that hip hop laid out, and they reached out to everybody. So now everybody's included.
Bro, I gotta say, I hope it's gotten better because, man, anime was the worst. Man.
It used to be, man. I'm telling you, yeah, it used to be.
And I'm like, yo, it's crazy. It's crazy that it's done by Asians.
And everybody's Caucasian in it, yeah.
The crazy, powerful dude is the blonde hair, blue-eyed dude, and the dancer fighter is always the black dude with big lips and looking crazy. Don't get me started on Dragon Ball Z, man. Mr. Popo, oh my God.
I love Mr. Popo. I love Mr. Popo.
Kwame,
no, Mr. Popo.
Kwame, no. You know what I'm saying? That shit. And I used to love that shit, but still, that shit was offensive as a motherfucker, man.
Yeah, yep.
But I ain't never
that's why, you know what?
Because everything you think of, all the video games.
I'm about to say, Final Fantasy, man. They had a bro with a chicken in his fro. A brother with a fro with chicken in his fro.
Like, yo, they don't believe in political correctness.
No, not at all. Not at all.
At least the Tekken games had a brother. And he, even though he had an alter ego that was a disco king, he was
Yeah.
a brother.
Yeah, man. He had the chick in his role. I was like, man, come on. But I loved him though. I love using him too.
And that's the thing, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I'm a Dragon Ball Z head, son. Dragon Ball head. All of them joints. But I got to say, man, they ain't do it. But the thing is, like I was saying, I can't really. You can be mad, but at the same time, it's like, look at how they look at themselves.
Themselves, right?
Yeah.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So you can't really be too mad because they looking at themselves like, oh nah, we ain't as good as the blonde hair dude. The blonde dude will whoop my ass.
All right, let's say. So, how many of y'all have seen Bleach? How many y'all all of y'all watched the Bleach series? At least some of it. I know you have been.
Yes.
Have y'all seen the live action Bleach movie?
Yeah.
Nah.
With all the comics and manga and everything going mainstream, getting feature films, what are y'all thoughts on an anime series or movie that may succeed in a live action film? Because like I said, I've seen every season of Bleach multiple times. I really did not like their live action.
If it wasn't, I can honestly say if it wasn't Netflix doing it, or if they made the budget bigger, then maybe I could see live action anime becoming a real thing. Mainly because the biggest thing is the CGI. I mean, you're not like look at Avatar: The Last Airbender when they live action that. They destroyed what actual bending looked like compared to the anime and everything. Like it was more fast paced in the anime, it looked more fluent. And then now it just looks slow mo. It doesn't look like they were even trying. It looks like someone was just trying to throw a rock up in the air and that was it. So I mean, CGI was a huge play for how they're going to get a good live action anime to go into mainstream now.
So
I agree with brother because it seems like they just getting started and everything's looking a little cheesy, but it's like a good bad movie that with a little bit more money and some more cameras, maybe it could have been a classic. So it's like in the beginning phase where they put more time, more money, and more effort to it. It could grow into being something great.
yeah, but at the same time, and that's gonna lead into the final topic of the night. At the same time, it ruins something for a true fan. I found out the live action movie is coming out.
You sound like one of them hip hop purists.
Nah. I'm saying
He's telling the truth. It does.
I'm telling the truth, like, bruh. Each episode of Bleach, just for instance, just take Bleach. Each episode of Bleach is an hour long. Okay, we're talking over 300 episodes, and I've watched them 9 times each. That's a lot of time of my life that I vested in a product. So if you say you're making a movie out of that, my anticipation is going to be extremely high. Just like there are a couple of fan artists that keep floating the idea that they're gonna bring the series back, and every time it just gets pushed back. So it kind of turns you off of something that you really enjoy. It makes it unenjoyable. So with that being said, somebody had a super huge budget. What are some animes y'all think could actually be really successful and not run a risk of disappointing somebody who really enjoys the original anime?
One that I am looking forward to, mainly because I'm very biased to this anime because I love it to death, but One Piece, they are actually doing a live action series to where it's going to be episode based instead of a giant movie, and it's going to be live action instead of anime. And Netflix is actually running this project. So I am kind of excited for that because to see it episode to episode compared to one giant movie, I feel like that would be better for
but you know, Yeah, and with doing it episode by episode, it also gives them leeway to be a little cheesy as well.
Yes.
Because your expectations are not so grandeur because it's not a motion picture film. So
But then this would give
that
them the
makes
chance
sense.
to
That,
build
that
into
actually
it.
makes sense. That makes sense to do it that way.
Yeah. Because then they can build into like better episodes and stuff and everything like that. Because it's kind of like anything else. Can we build the fan base to earn the profit later on to make this better in the future? So
I like to see a Vampire Hunter D live action.
Bam! There you go. There you go. Nah,
I think that'd be great.
that'd be dope. That'd be dope. That'd be dope. That'd be hard to pull off, but that'd be dope. You know what? You know what? You know what? The same director that did Van Helsing should do Vampire Hunter D live action. That'd be dope.
Okay, that might be dope.
Yeah, that might be dope.
That may be dope.
Now, shit.
I want to see them redo the Dragon Ball movie. They need to
That's what
redo
I was
them.
gonna say.
Yeah.
I want to see them do that right.
Yes.
Yeah.
Because they destroyed it terribly.
They destroyed it.
Oh, they killed it. Oh, they killed that movie. Oh my God.
That was bad.
They had an opportunity there and they just destroyed it.
That was the joint with Piccolo, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, Goku, that was bad. But you know what? You know there are two other ones I would like to see made to a live action movie. One is Ninja Scroll.
Oh yeah.
Hands down, that's one of my favorites of all time. Actually,
yeah.
3. I like to see a good version of Akira and Appleseed. Appleseed would be dope. But speaking of which, Scarlett Johansson did a great job in Ghost in the Shell. That was one joint that I really liked that they did a really good job on. But that was a Scarlett Johansson movie, so they had a big ass budget.
What about Fist of the North Star?
Fist of the North Star would be a great action movie. Well, who would you get?
No, that became something terrible. I mean, that was terrible. When they put it on HBO for the first time, I was like, why?
Yeah, it'll make a great live action movie if it was done right. And that's just the thing. You gotta do it right. Because those flicks like that got so much history that it's easy to screw it up.
Like, I can't lie. When I first saw The Witcher, I dropped tears. It was terrible. I mean,
yeah, Geralt was horrible.
My God.
Yeah, Geralt was horrible.
Oh, my God.
The new one with Henry Cavill?
Yeah.
Yes, bro.
What?
Oh.
Yeah.
You guys didn't like that one?
Yeah, I mean, it was good because how it followed. If you played the games, it followed the storyline very well, and it actually explained a couple things in the movie that you didn't get from the game. But
but if you was like me, looking for the graphics like in a game, if you're doing a video game and you're sometimes just looking for the graphics because you're nice and stimulated and you're looking for graphics and colors to go, woo! The Witcher, man, that first monster showed up and the graphics looked like the Living Dead movie from the 80s.
And that was the thing with that too. Like what Ben was saying, the money that you spend on the effects makes a big difference. Because like the acting was good and I watched it. And it could have been better. It could have been better. But some people
way better.
Some people loved it. Some people loved it.
Let me ask you this though. So, whatchamacallit gotta have a huge budget by the time they made their live action movie. Because the anime movie was dope. Like Street Fighter 2. That anime was dope. The movie, the live action movie, I was like, they must not have played the game before. Like, yo, that shit made no sense. So I would like to see them, and they gotta have a great budget because the game. How much money has the game made over the amount of years that it's been out?
They still got a game dropping DLC.
Yeah,
so it's still making money.
Like, yo, they can kill that joint. Like, even if they just made it based off of the anime, Like just redid the anime live action without changing the storyline or nothing. The storyline in the anime was dope. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
If they did something like that, man, that would be sick.
Well, you know, that's kind of like the Mortal Kombat movie franchise.
I was just about to say.
God, man, talk about garbage. I watched them to laugh. It was like watching a comedy. It's comical. They were garbage and horrible.
I will still watch those movies, unfortunately, 1 and 2 if it comes on. It's like
That's what I'm saying, because it's like watching a comedy. Every time I watch it, I'm giggling, man. I'm chuckling. I burn a couple and I watch more. No, God.
Yo,
Man, boy, the acting in them joints is so horrible.
I'm gonna tell you, dog. When I first seen that joint, I was halfway through the movie and like trying my best to find something good about it. Like, yo, no, it's alright. It ain't bad. No, I wanted that shit to be good so bad, dog. I was like,
you guys know why I'm mad with The Witcher? Because the movie The Seventh Son had better graphics than The Witcher Netflix episode. And The Seventh Son was a good, bad movie.
I can give it to that one.
A good bad movie. All right. Let's see. We got one more thing to discuss before we get out of here for the day for these people on. Let's see. Oh yeah, I almost forgot my own thought.
They need to make more comic books into series.
Yeah.
It's not DC. Sorry. DC, when it
I
comes to
agree.
live action,
I agree.
when it comes to
Maybe
live
DC
action,
might
DC can't
need
do
to
that.
DC might need to be series out because their movies be bottom up.
Look, the only
That's true. But because like if they did an animated movie, DC's got it hands down compared to Marvel. But when it comes to live action, Marvel kills DC in that aspect.
Right. Yeah. So
I mean, I didn't hate Aquaman. Aquaman was okay. Aquaman was okay.
That one and Wonder Woman.
It kept my interest to watch it, so it was okay. The rest of man, first of all, Wonder Woman was way too goddamn long. Way too long. And the story just dragged out so much.
It was a good movie all in all.
But it was a good bad movie.
It was a good bad movie. How they did it, how they did it. So it's like the new one they got out. I'm like, is it gonna be as long as the first one? I like them, but they don't grab me like the Marvel joints, man. All of them movies. All of them
is Batman.
Every single one of them. Hands down, anticipated waiting on them to come out. I didn't wait for I didn't rush to the theaters to go see Aquaman or Wonder Woman. I waited for that to come out streaming. Them Marvel movies, man, boy. I'm there.
Yep.
What's his name? Deadpool. That second Deadpool.
Oh, boy, Ryan Reynolds. And they picked, kudos to Marvel. They picked the perfect person to play Deadpool.
Yo, that nigga, he is Deadpool. Like
he picked the perfect person to play Deadpool.
He always wanted to play him too.
He is an absolute perfect person to play Deadpool. And you can tell,
I can't watch
Deadpool
but maybe once or twice. I don't. I mean,
you said what?
I can't watch it but once or twice. I don't take it serious as a Marvel movie.
But see, if you were into the Deadpool comics, it's perfect. And
he's perfect.
And how they did it, so especially the first one, how they were able to present Deadpool in a way that the kids could come to the theater and watch him was amazing.
Hey,
definitely.
Real quick story. My brother X was going to take the kids to. She just knew it was a superhero movie, so she ain't know what Deadpool was, right? So she went and picked up the pastor's kids and took Deadpool.
Oh my God.
Sit in that joint, crazy, uncomfortable.
Oh my God, the pastor's kids. Oh.
Yo, if it was just my kids, I'd have been all right. But damn, I had the pastor's kids with me.
Man. Man. Them kids got scrubbed out when they got home.
Yeah.
All
Oh, damn.
right, man.
The strip club scene, like all
Yes. Can you imagine them coming home? So how was the movie, kids?
Mm-hmm. We learned about anal.
Yeah.
They don't stare at unicorns the same way.
Yup, they don't look at unicorns the same way at all. Dad, can you tell me what Women's Appreciation Day is? Oh yeah, I know your brother was uncomfortable. All right, so the last thing we want to talk about before we get out of here is kind of alluded to it earlier when I was talking about the Call of Duty group. Now, anybody from Microsoft, if you're watching, I don't hate you. All right, let's get this out the way. We accept all responsibilities. So we can get that out the way first. All right. With that being said, how the hell did Microsoft allow the reveal of their next-gen console, pushing their main title, Halo, and it gets pushed back? How does that happen? How the hell did your console come out before your premiere game is even released?
So it was due to come out. Let's back that up real quick. So when they announced the Xbox and all the new console, the new season and all that coming up for it, everything was due to come out. But we get the fans involved. They got really picky, a little bitchy about a game that, they showed the game off. Microsoft showed the game off. They're like, hey, this is the new Halo game. They never said it was going to be the final project. They just said, hey, here's Halo so far. And all the fans got into their uppity, I want this right attitude. And Microsoft was like, nah, we're going to pull it. We're going to make sure our fans like it. And now it's kind of put them in this predicament that they don't have a big name title game coming out right when their console's coming out. Because they want to please the fans like everything else nowadays. You want to please your fans and your fan base.
Yeah, I understand that. But at the same time, even before the reveal, footage of the Halo game was out there. So the fans were talking about this
Right up.
before the
footage,
reveal.
a trailer, announcement trailer, everything was already rolling.
It was
on the
already
new
rolling
Halo.
before
It
the
was
reveal.
already the excitement build up, ready to go on the tagged game of the Xbox Series. It was ready to go.
It was ready to go. And
they should know better than to be able to try to please everybody, even though you're going to be picky about Halo. I mean, you've been with it since Halo 1.
Exactly.
So people are going to be picky. I mean, you have no choice. But to try to appease everybody, that's crazy. We love Halo for what you were dropping.
And even still, the game developers and the people ahead of marketing, you better believe they talking.
Oh yeah.
They got somebody that talked to this person. You better believe they're talking multi-billions of dollars involved. You know they talking. If you already getting fans bitching at you and your reveal is not out yet, so you already have an inkling that you may pull this game. You mean to tell me the people in the head of the marketing department and the business decisions in Microsoft didn't already know that they were thinking about pulling this game? I can't believe they didn't already know. So how do you, when you're going head to head with your major only really competition, coming out with a next gen console and you still pull your game after you do your reveal? It makes bad business sense. Now, on the other hand, PlayStation has put their foot in their butt too with not being prepared for this pre-order thing. They turned a lot of people off. A lot of people went over. And then they started monitoring your PlayStation chat groups, and people want to go to Xbox. So they both are making crazy mistakes when a simple thought would have saved them a lot of hassle and probably a lot of money.
Definitely a lot of money.
I just want somebody to explain to me how they let that happen. I'm baffled. It's kind of like the election. I'm baffled. I don't know how this happened.
Yeah, that's going to cost them on the release. It's going to cost them a lot.
Oh yeah, because a lot of people pre-ordered it just so they can play Halo when it came out, and now that they have to wait, a couple more months before it comes out. Yeah, I agree. It is kind of, I guess, stupid on their behalf. Best way to put it.
Like I said, Microsoft, we don't hate you. If you want to send us products, we'll do a review. We'll talk about your stuff.
I love Microsoft. Y'all just dropped the ball on this
opportunity. So we're just trying to say, hey, answer the question. How did you let that happen? How?
You dropped the ball on that, Microsoft. This is a new day.
How? Just like, and it's a lot of games right now that are dealing with some of that. That stuff like Cyberpunk 2077, and it's pushed back again. I know somebody that took the week off of work because the game was supposed to be released. It's like you turning people off, man. You're turning people off. If you're gonna do something, if you're gonna boast a release of something, I understand being a gamer and a musician and programming stuff. I understand that things happen, things mess up. You gotta go fix things. Sometimes you write programs that don't work correctly. You gotta go fix things. So set a realistic date to release something. Give yourself enough time. But games like that, they've had plenty. Cyberpunk 2077 has had plenty of time.
Because this is their third delay.
This is their third delay. Yeah, they've had plenty of time to get that together. We are in a pandemic. Programmers, game companies, everybody's at home. Stop pissing us off. We're already mad. We can't do nothing. We can't go nowhere. That's our release. You keep not giving us games, you're going to see riots in the street. Gamers around the world unite and tell these programmers, stop breaking your hearts. On that note,
look, let me tell you, if they can't get it right, I'm going to stay here. If y'all don't get it right, I will stay here. It doesn't matter. I'm going to stay here. We are gamers. This is Comgamie. Twist One Gamers. We are gamers.
Speaking of which, I'm actually playing a game in the background while we talk right now.
Yeah, I think they're gonna go hop on the PS.
See, we're real gamers. Welcome to Comgamie, Twist One Gaming.
Love Bang Gaming.
Ooh, yeah.
Across the Fader Network. So, by the way, people, we're more than just gamers too.
You don't get it together, make me new games.
Musicians,
Send us games. Any platform. It doesn't matter.
Any product.
However you want to do it. We are gamers.
Before we get out of here, I'd like to give a shout out to our sponsors, all across the Fader Networks. All you got to do is go to Google and type in Across the Fader. And when you do that, there's a little radio thing that'll pop up right behind it, and it'll show you everything that Across the Fader is. AcrossTheFader.fm, AcrossTheFader.com, .biz, .org, .net. You get music, interact with people, you're independent artists. Join AcrossTheFader.com, put your music up there. I'd like to give a shout out to one of our other sponsors, Fresh Music Group. UP, your boy Dapper, what's up? My man Lord Bang Gaming, Twist One Gaming. And we out here.
I had to pull a classic out before we go.
Ooh.
I had to pull a classic out.
You know what? We should have you pull a classic out. One classic.
We're gonna pull a classic out. The first episode of Pull a Classic Out.
but you can't do it like me. But you can't do it like me. All right, y'all, man. It's time for me to do what we talk about in Go Game. I will get with y'all later. It's been a pleasure, people.
Y'all be easy.
Take care.
Ciao.
Take care.
Comgamie!
Comgamie.
Comgamie.